Hey, so in this video, we're going to find out what it's like to travel from Sofia, Bulgaria to Bucharest, Romania by train.
We're Joel and Michelle, the Wandering Hartz, and we've been traveling full-time since 2019.
So we're helping you live a more abundant life by traveling abroad. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we are at the Sofia Sever station, which is the north train station, and we are getting ready to get on the train and head to Bucharest, Romania.
Yes, but we're not going there first.
Nope, first we have to go to
Ruse
Ruse
in Bulgaria.
So we'll explain on the trip how the information online about getting a direct ticket there apparently does not actually, it's not a thing. So there we go. Let's go see what happens. So we're finally on the train, but it has been a bit chaotic to get to this point right now. But before we get into all of that, let's start back at the beginning. So what we decided to do is travel from Sofia to Bucharest, and originally when we were looking online, we had a really difficult time trying to find a train that would get us there, like, directly. We looked on the Bulgarian railway.
Yeah, BDZ.
And it said that there was a way to go there.
Yes.
But there was no way to buy a ticket.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you can't buy the ticket online.
Right, so no tickets online. But we eventually found a website, Man in Seat 61, which is a site we've gone to before. And so he had a bunch of information on there about getting a direct ticket from Sofia to Bucharest. And so that's basically what we're trying to follow today, is that whole process. But so far we've found a few things that didn't work as was written on the page. So first up, on the website, he says that you have to go, the only ways you can get your ticket is from the Sofia Central train station. And on there he mentions going to the international counter to purchase your ticket. But that was not the case for us. We went there and found, they basically told us to go to the domestic counter and buy a ticket to, what is it? Ruse.
In Bulgaria.
And then from there, they said that we can get a ticket onward to Bucharest on the train. So far, we have not figured out whether you actually can get that ticket, what it's going to cost, and or even what currency it's in. Or if we have to go to like the actual ticket counter or something like that and get it in Ruse. Okay. So one thing to note is there's like a summer and then like a winter kind of schedule. And so we're filming this in the summertime. And so the summer schedules, what's interesting about that is that the train to Ruse is a direct train, supposedly, where you don't have to change trains or anything like that. But in the other season, you will have to change trains midway through. So we'll see if that holds true or not. The other thing is that as of filming, they're doing some work on the railway in Sofia between the central station and the north station, which is the Sever station. So you can get there from the central station, but you're going to take a commuter train to the Sever station, and then the actual train to Ruse begins there. The first thing we found out that when we got there was that the train was basically it wasn't even listed on the board. And when we asked the ticket counter, apparently they were having some trouble with the train, so she didn't know if it was broken or somehow it was late. It's kind of lost in translation. So she kept telling us to come back, just check back with me, and I'll let you know when the train arrives. And what happened?
We were waiting, and then all of a sudden she was like, track 4.
It starts yelling track 4, so we were like we're all freaking out, so we all like grabbed our bags and ran outside. Basically got over to the train thinking that it was like leaving imminently, and it turns out it wasn't. It was good, 15 minutes or something like that. But we also had a hard time trying to figure out like what car we were on and all that. Anyways, it was a bit of a mess, but we figured it out, and now we're on our way. So we'll check back in a little bit when we hopefully get some idea or some answer as to how we're going to get our ticket onward to Bucharest this train was late too. Like I said, we were quite late. So hopefully we're not going to end up missing any kind of connection from Ruse onward to Bucharest either. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Wish us luck. Alright, so now that we're on the train, I thought we'd go ahead and give you a quick overview of what the ticket cost was. We actually picked our tickets up for $22.40 leva, which is about $14.60, something like that. And that was actually for a first class ticket. So I don't know how much the second class were. It wasn't, obviously it's not that expensive. So now let's look at what first class looks like. Here we go. There's Michelle. So
yeah, so you got the luggage rack here. So here we even have a mirror, which is nice, and actually like pretty big seats.
Yeah,
Seems pretty roomy.
going through a tunnel. Yeah, so these are yeah, not too bad.
Put your drinks here, a little trash bin. So yeah, we've got plenty of space to kind of get up and walk around, which is nice. That's why we booked the train instead of doing the bus.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was one of the biggest issues because we have some friends that took the bus, and we didn't want to be in a cramped bus for 8 hours, you know, straight. So we decided that we'll roll the dice and try the train, just because it gives us more opportunity to at least walk the halls and stuff like that too. So in fact, I'll show you what the halls look like, and then I'll also show you kind of what the bathroom looks like on a first class train. Let's go take a look. This is the first class bathroom. Here's what the bathroom looks like. First class.
So far the train ride has been really pretty, so that's always a plus.
Yeah. So, and we're actually, on this trip it's kind of cool because we're actually getting a chance to travel with somebody, and this is our traveling companion. This is Paul. He's one of our friends, and our, train buddy today.
Yes. I came with the price of the first class ticket.
That's right. So this, you also get a Paul. You have to air dry, huh?
Air dry my hand.
Why is that? No towels? No. No towels in the bathroom?
No. No towels, no toilet paper.
So we're actually about a little over 2 hours into our trip so far, and actually so far it hasn't been too bad, but we do have a few tips. So, Michelle, I mean, what's the first tip?
Bring hand sanitizer.
And why is that?
With you. Because there's not any soap in the bathroom, so that's why I was air drying my hands out the window.
There? And there's no toilet paper.
Yes, and there's no toilet paper. Yes, so always make sure you have toilet paper. But I think we've said that before in our videos.
Just a note or two about traveling on the train. Even though it's first class, there's no air conditioning, and with the windows, so ventilation isn't that great either.
Okay, so we've got an update. This train's been delayed already, leaving, and now we just got into Gorna Orlehovica, something like that. I can't say it. I'll put it on the screen. But anyways, we got in here quite late, actually, at 11:35 when we're supposed to actually be leaving to go on to Ruse. So now we just got here, and as you can see, it is now delayed. So we are delayed 65 minutes. So now we're looking like we're going to be leaving at 12:10 from here. which puts us getting into Ruse almost a little over an hour after we're supposed to arrive there, because in the next train, what looks like the only train, which is also a 460 line, is supposed to leave Ruse for Bucharest at, what was it, 2:15. So right now we're looking at getting in after the other train leaves, and we keep hearing some people they're being told that you have to change trains at Ruse, but I've also been told that it's the same train. So I guess we're gonna find out when we get to Ruse. But that's the update so far. We're just not sure what's going on. Hopefully we don't end up having to stay overnight and missing this train. We're hoping that they will delay the rest of the route to match here. So I guess, I don't know, it's an adventure. Okay, so since we have time, we're gonna check out the station and maybe see if we can find some snacks and water, because there's none of that on the train. So you have to make sure you bring that and plenty of water, since it is a really long train ride. Let's see what they got. Yeah, we can.
There's a little cafe on the store.
Quick update, if you can hear me over the train, we actually left on 1 hour exactly from our last station, and we're actually getting pretty close now to Ruse, and we found out that the train leaving Ruse onto Bucharest has also been delayed by an hour as well, which is good. So, but we do think we're gonna have to change train cars once we get there. And it sounds like we're gonna have to pay on the train for that last leg in Romania to Bucharest. So we'll see what happens when we get to Ruse. So it's finally gotten like super hot in here, and these are actually kind of staying open. I think it's because its metal's expanded or something like that, but it's still so hot. It feels like a sauna in here. So again, no AC, which is just FYI. Okay, so we are finally getting into Ruse, and it looks like we're about an hour behind schedule, which is the new update. So first order of business is to try to see if we can get tickets and figure out where this train is. I think we got about 30 minutes before it's supposed to head off again. So we're just gonna verify that.
310?
Yep. Latest update, we are now on the train, the 460 to Bucharest, and basically went in the station, found out that you can't, it's confirmed, you have to buy the ticket on the train. So we just got on here, we got us a carriage, we'll see if anybody else shows up. But the passport control guy came, grabbed our passports, so now he has those. Hopefully he'll give them back to us. I don't know if we get them before the train takes off or if we get them back once we get into Romania. I'm not really sure. So that's the update, and it's freaking crazy hot. It's like 94 degrees today, so it's just like get nice and steamy. Okay, so let's take a look at the train here. This is a second class train. It looks like they've only got 2 of them. 2 or 3, and we're in the back one, which apparently is the one that's going to Bucharest. And oh, let's take a look at the bathroom. Look at this. This is what we have to look at for. Oh yeah, that's quite. Oh yeah, so not the most pleasant. And you'll notice again, there's no. This one actually does have toilet paper, so there's a plus there. But yeah, otherwise. Yeah, hopefully we don't have to use the restroom, which is a good reason why you should always carry some kind of wet wipe and some kind of hand sanitizer, because Who knows what's going on in there? Well, welcome to Romania. So we left Ruse, crossed over into Romania, and after about 20 minutes, we ended up stopping off at the first little station. I'm not gonna butcher the name, but anyways, so they took our passports. So we did passport control for Romania, and at that point, it took us about 40 minutes in order to get through that. Meanwhile, the lady came through to take payment for the train ride. And basically your options were credit card or cash in the lei, which is the Romanian cash. So that's where we're at right now. The train just started going, so now we're on our way to Bucharest, and it is so hot. We've been just sweltering here with like basically no ventilation whatsoever. What do you guys think? Okay, so hopefully this next update we will be in Bucharest.
I just put my sneakers on in case we derail. We were going like 1 mile an hour until 30 seconds ago. Now we're going like 150.
Finally picked up.
That's a lot of speed. We are hauling ass.
At least they'll have documentation when they find the wreckage.
So we realized that we had forgot to finish filming the end of this video. So here we are. It's a couple days later, but as you can see, we made it. We actually arrived at Bucharest station, what was about an hour and a half after our original, when we were supposed to. Yeah. But it was actually really easy. And great thing about the station, it was actually really well marked. And there was tons of like food options, little kiosks, even a McDonald's if you're desperate enough, and stuff like that. So the boards were really easy. So it's a very easy place to get into. It was super busy when we got there, but I think that had to do with the time of night we got in, which was basically like 7:30,
Around 6:30.
6:30,
6:30, 7, yeah. So I think it was kind of rush hour, yeah.
Yeah. So now let's go over kind of a quick recap of what we learned from trying to get from Sofia, Bulgaria to Bucharest, Romania by train. And the first thing is that despite what we were reading on the website, you can't get a direct ticket from Sofia to Bucharest by train. The only ticket we were able to get was the 7:06 in the morning, and that was the 2160 train /460 that gets you to Ruse, and then from Ruse you go to Bucharest. And that one was basically you can only get it at the train station itself in Sofia.
Yeah, because we actually looked online on the Bulgarian website, train website, to see if we could find it on there, and it doesn't even show up. So it seems like you actually have to go to the train station in Sofia to actually get this ticket.
Yeah, and that was for that specific 7:06 a.m. ticket. We did find other routes that could get you there, but they were completely different times. Yeah. And of course, if you did that, you're gonna have to stay overnight. The second part of that would be that once you get to Ruse, the only way you can get that ticket from Ruse to Bucharest is literally on the train. We talked to both the international counter and the domestic counter in Ruse, and both of them says, no, you have to get it on the train, and that's exactly what we found out. Yep. And people have been telling us that the whole way, but it's kind of hard, is this true? Is it not true? So now you know. Yeah. If you're gonna do this, that's how you get it. And again, the great thing was you can pay with cash, in lieu,
Lei.
and lei. I get really confused with all of my currencies.
Okay,
and
yeah. So you
everything.
can you can pay in Romanian, which is lei, or they will take credit card.
I'll just defer to her. And so as far as cost is concerned, the total trip for us was 37 US each, and that is including a first class ticket from Sofia to Ruse. And you don't have to do the first class ticket. That ticket was basically $14.30 US. There is a second class ticket that was maybe like $6 cheaper, I think.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember.
It wasn't that much.
Yeah, it wasn't a big difference.
Yeah, so you can definitely get it for just a little over $31 US the entire route.
Yeah.
And then the second half was 20, what was that, 23, whatever the difference is, 23, I think, per person. And that was from Ruse to Bucharest.
Yeah.
So now you know. So that part actually was pretty close to being, that was actually pretty accurate as far as what he had on the website.
Yes.
So if you are interested in seeing like the entire journey that we did, we have a whole extended version of our trip. You can check that out over at nomadicabundance.com, and that is kind of like a member area that we've been building out. It's basically going to be a place that you can find guides and as well as bonus videos, kind of exclusive stuff like that, as well as some of our Nomadic Abundant podcast episodes. We got extended versions and bonus episodes, all basically there to help you either learning how to prepare for a life of full-time travel abroad, or if you're already kind of just starting that, we have some good resources there that we're adding every month to help you like make that a lot easier transition for you.
Okay, so to wrap this up, I think our final question would be, and what we were asking ourselves on the train, would we do this again? Because it was quite hot, and there's no air conditioning on, actually, yeah, the Bulgarian train, and all the way through Bucharest, there was no air conditioning.
Yeah, the whole trip, there's no air conditioning.
Yeah, so I think I would do it again. I just would not recommend in the summer.
Yeah, I would probably concur with that. It wasn't horrible. The nice thing is that the bus, we had, some friends of ours did the bus, and that was air conditioned. However, it was a little bit more cramped. You know, you can't get up and move around if you need to. So that's the main reason I like the train.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You can just get up, you can move around if you need to. The bathrooms are, I try to avoid using the bathroom on the train.
It wasn't the worst thing, but
just bring wet wipes.
Yeah, wet wipes, and just make sure you bring toilet paper and hand sanitizer, and
all of the normal, like the things you should carry with you at all times.
Yeah, and you'll be fine. So, but yeah, like Joel said, we could actually get up and move around, and it was very roomy. So that was nice, at least. Yeah,
and then of course the time it took. The train is a lot longer than the bus. Like, so what is it? It was supposed to take us 12 hours, I think, right? No, 10 hours. It's supposed to take us just a little over 10 hours to get to Bucharest. But it ended up taking us actually 12 hours.
About 12, yeah.
Because of all the delays and everything like that. I would probably expect that's a common thing.
Yeah, I think so.
So I would just, if you're going to do this, I'd plan on taking 12 hours. So definitely bring those things. Also, another tip would be to make sure you bring plenty of water, snacks, because that is a long time to be on the train, especially if you've got if you're traveling with kids or anything like that, then you know the drill. You're going to have to bring a lot of snacks.
Yeah.
Now, we did have a couple stops along the way, which was nice. That helped you at least get off. There was a couple, what was it, the first stop, which I can't remember the name of. I'll put it on the screen. That one was long enough, about 30 minutes. It gave us a chance to you can go and replenish your supplies. And then of course, Ruse, also we had a little bit more time there too.
Yeah.
So that's another time you can actually, get what you need.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this. And if you're planning on doing this, be sure to leave a comment. Actually, are you camp bus or camp train? Let us know in the comment. Just say bus or train. Or if you've done this trip or you've got any more information, if we missed something, we got something a little off, let us know. as well. It helps everyone else watching this and anybody who wanting to do this journey have a little bit extra knowledge. So,
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Happy wandering.
Happy wandering.